Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So the last update about Unfortunate Love was how Lakshmi finally saves Rishi from the cave, and the reporters begins to publicize the news that Lakshmi saves her husband, and this got Malishka angry, and Malishka decided to go to the reporters and tell them lies. Then Shalu went ahead and destroyed Malishka's plan. Let's continue from there. Kiran is worried for Malishka. Rishi tells Kiran that mom would handle Malishka. Kiran taunts Lakshmi and says someone is happy to see my daughter hurt. Lakshmi looks at the newspaper and she thinks that this shouldn't be printed. Karishma says who doesn't want to see Malishka happy and who want to destroy her reputation, and says it is Lakshmi. Lakshmi says no. Neelam says you had gone to meet the media yesterday. Lakshmi says I am saying the truth. Sonia says you have destroyed Malishka's respect. Lakshmi says I did not do anything, I swear. Kiran says to Neelam that I never thought that this would happen to my daughter due to your daughter-in-law. Neelam says Lakshmi is not my daughter-in-law and I want to throw her out of the house. Rishi asks Neelam to give a chance to Lakshmi to clarify herself. Neelam says Lakshmi cannot say that she has not done this because nobody else knows this much information about their house. Rishi says, I just want Lakshmi to also tell us what she knows about the news that the media published about Malishka. Karishma says if you support Lakshmi, then she will destroy everyone's image. Rishi says Lakshmi can never do this. It is very embarrassing for the family, but everything is true and there is nothing wrong in it. Ayush comes there and asks that where is your phone? He says father has called you to the office. Neelam asks Rishi to go and says I will talk to him. Rishi says okay. He leaves for the office. Neelam asks Kiran to come with her. Sonia asks Karishma that who can do this, who has informed the media about Malishka. Shalu tells Malishka that she has told the media all the truth. She says, I heard you telling the media that Lakshmi is leaving Rishi for money. Malishka says this is the truth. Shalu says whatever I told the media about you was true as well, and she calls Malishka a selfish person. She says Lakshmi had saved Rishi and Ayush has confirmed this, but you want to destroy my sister's image in front of the media, so I had to let the media know the truth. Shalu says to Malishka that I went behind the media and I told them the truth. A flashback is shown. Shalu tells the reporters that Lakshmi and Rishi's marriage got to the court due to Malishka, and she tells them the whole truth and the flashback ends. Shalu tells Malishka that she did not tell them all the truth, that they got Rishi married to Lakshmi due to Rishi's bad luck because she is nice. Shalu says that everyone did not know that such girls like Malishka who destroy other girls' lives still exist. Malishka gets angry and raises her hand to slap Shalu. Lakshmi comes there and holds Malishka's hand, asking that how dare she to raise her hand on her sister. Lakshmi says I will not bear this. Malishka says your sister has crossed all the limits. Lakshmi says I have seen everything and says I feel proud of my sister. Lakshmi says to Malishka that you have done 2 mistakes and she asks her to thank Shalu because she did not tell all the truth. She asks her to have some shame. Malishka says you will regret this and she goes. Shalu asks Lakshmi. Lakshmi asks Shalu that why did you do this? You shouldn't have done this. Malishka comes out and tells Neelam and Kiran that this is Lakshmi's planning and plotting. Neelam says call Lakshmi for me. Malishka says she did not accept, but Shalu said that she has done this. She says Lakshmi might have asked Shalu to go and meet the media and this is Lakshmi's fault. Kiran says we were happy till this morning and we were winning, but everything went wrong. She says people might be thinking that Lakshmi is the Savitri who saved her husband. Neelam says Lakshmi is very clever. Lakshmi says to Shalu that you shouldn't have called Malishka as the other woman. Shalu says you have to teach Malishka a lesson. Lakshmi says she doesn't want to teach any lesson to anyone and she came here for Rishi. Shalu says you have to do something to make them keep quiet. Malishka says when I was about to slap Shalu, Lakshmi stopped me. She asked Neelam to give her permission to hurt Lakshmi. Neelam asked Malishka to break Lakshmi's ego, her respect and her pride. Kiran asked that what are you going to do? Malishka asked Kiran to come when they hear Lakshmi shouting. Lakshmi says that she wants to be with Rishi as this time is not right and she needs to be with him. She says what is important is that she needs Rishi's life and she has to be here. She says she is not thinking about herself because she is not hers. Shalu asks that what do you mean? Abe calls Virendra and says did you see the newspaper? Virendra says no. Abe asks Virendra to see the newspaper for the shocking news. Virendra gets the newspaper and read it. He thinks that this is not right and he calls the reporter. He asks the reporter to tell him who gave them this information. The reporter says Lakshmi, and just then, Virendra's phone falls down. Rishi and Ayush hears him. Virendra ends the call. The reporter calls Ayush and asks that can I talk to Virendra Oberoi. Ayush says he is not here. Rishi asks him to go. He thinks that Lakshmi wants to destroy Malishka's image and I was supporting her. Some NGO women comes to the Oberoi's house calling Malishka. Malishka asks them to leave. The women says that they were in the house and they tell everyone about the worker who couldn't fight for her sister's right. Neelam asks that why did you come here? They says that they came to show the right way to Rishi. Karishma asks them that why do they need to talk to Rishi? They show them the newspaper. Kiran says Rishi is not at home. Lakshmi says Rishi is not at home. The worker says that they would help Lakshmi. Lakshmi says I felt bad hearing about your sister. The worker says everyone heard about my sister, but nobody felt sorry except you, and this is because you have a good heart. Sonia asks the NGO women to leave. Karishma threatens to call the police. The worker says call the police. Karishma says you are just an actor who are brought by Lakshmi for 2,000 to 3,000. Neelam checks on the internet about their NGO and she asks Karishma to end the call. The worker says that they have inquired about them. They ask Neelam that what is she doing to save Rishi and Lakshmi's marriage. Kiran says Rishi and Lakshmi's marriage is ending. They ask who are you? Grandma says she is Malishka's mom. The worker says that they would only go after checking the background. Malishka asks that who are you to question me? The worker says you are doing a mistake. Malishka says I love Rishi and I will be here and I will throw Lakshmi out of the house. Malishka asks the NGO women that who are they to interfere in someone else's life and to judge others. Neelam says that one of the NGO women is the sister of the judge and she asks Malishka to be quiet. The NGO lady says that if you don't listen to us, then the law will speak. She says your status is that you are characterless and you are staying in someone else's house as the other woman. Malishka tells the NGO women that everyone knows what the law is and nobody can threaten her. The lady says whoever doesn't understand our customs and rituals, then we will teach the person. Malishka says she will get Rishi and she asks them to go. The lady says you regard your characterless as your pride. She says such lady's face should be blackened and the NGO women blacken Malishka's face with black ink. Karishma, Kiran and others try to stop them. The lady asks Malishka to go and see her face in the mirror and says you are black spot on womanhood. Kiran asks Neelam that what is happening with her daughter here. The NGO women ask Malishka to go away from Rishi and Lakshmi's life. She says you are a cheap girl, black spot on womanhood, and she calls her a sinner. Sonia asks the NGO women that how dare you. The lady asks should we blacken your face as well. She says this time we made you understand, but next time we will come with the police. And they ask Lakshmi not to worry because all honest and truthful women are with her and they leave. Karishma calls Malishka. Malishka runs to the room and she cries and Neelam and Grandma stands in shock. Kiran and Karishma run behind Malishka. Malishka locks herself in the room and she wipes her face with tissue. Kiran says let her be alone. Sonia also calls Malishka and then she goes from there. Neelam gets angry and she breaks things. She blames Lakshmi and calls her a curse on her family. She says her head is lowered with shame today and she asks Lakshmi to go away from her sight. Lakshmi and Shalu goes inside. Grandma asks Neelam to have patience. Neelam says she doesn't have any more patience. She calls Rishi and asks him to come back from the office because whatever happened here is more important than his meeting. Rishi calls off the meeting and leaves. Kiran tells Neelam that Malishka has locked herself in the room. What mistake has she done? Rishi is alive. Sonia asks if she will harm herself. Neelam says Rishi is on his way. Shalu asks Lakshmi not to get worried. Lakshmi says why was she feeling that nothing will be fine? A big storm is about to come and this silence is the one which happens before the big storm strikes and Malishka washes her face and looks angry. Rishi sits in the car and drives off, thinking that something might have happened at home surely, but mom did not tell me what happened. He thinks to call Malishka. He calls Malishka. Malishka's phone rings. Neelam asks Sonia not to pick the call and let Rishi come and then we'll talk to him. Rishi calls Grandma. Neelam stops Grandma from picking the call, but Grandma says that Rishi would call Sonia as well. Sonia gets Rishi's call. Neelam says don't pick the call. Rishi gets worried and thinks to reach home fast. Grandma says he must be worried. Neelam says let him be worried. He should know how much we are stressed. He will talk to Malishka himself. He should know that Lakshmi is responsible for whatever happened, and he should know how Lakshmi got her wings. Shalu asks Lakshmi to sit. Lakshmi says whatever happened with Malishka, I couldn't forget, and says such things should not happen with anyone. She says I will go to her. Shalu says everyone will blame you if you go to Malishka now. Lakshmi says Malishka is insulted a lot. Shalu says she is wrong and that is why she faced such thing. It was needed. She says if she is wise, then she would go away from brother-in-law and your way. She says if she has some mind, then she would understand your love for Rishi. Lakshmi tells Shalu that she went to Mahabaleshwar for Rishi's life. She is about to go out. Neelam asks that where is she going to? Lakshmi says she is going to Malishka. Neelam asks her not to take Malishka's name, and she asks her to show her real face that she had already seen. She says, do you think that I think that you are an innocent village girl? Shalu tries to talk. Neelam shouted, asking Shalu not to interfere, and she calls her mannerless. Kiran blames Lakshmi's parents for not teaching them manners. Lakshmi asks them not to talk about their parents. Kiran says, you both are disgusting girls. Your face should be blackened. You both are not from a respected families. You don't know any shame. She says it is good that your parent died before. Lakshmi shouted, asking Kiran to stop it, else she will forget the limitations of relationship. Kiran says to Lakshmi that you have done wrong and I should not say anything. Lakshmi says my parents are not there, so don't talk about them. She says I would go. Neelam asks Lakshmi not to show her face, else she will become such a mother-in-law that will shake up her soul. She says if I stoop to your level, then no court and NGO women can save you. She says you don't know what is respect. Malishka couldn't bear it because she came from a respected family. She says you are about to marry that drunkard Balvinda. Then what would have been your future? Neelam tells Lakshmi that your aunt tried to get her daughter married to my son too, so maybe she would have helped you. She asks her not to talk big that they have cheated her. She says we have saved you from Balvinda, and says you don't deserve to be the Oberoi family's daughter-in-law, and says you don't even deserve to be bearing the Oberoi's name, and Lakshmi is shocked. Neelam says to Lakshmi that you should be in my legs all your life. Shalu says enough and asks that what is my sister's mistake. Lakshmi stops Shalu from talking. Sonia says stop it, you cannot insult my mom. She asks Shalu not to raise her tone in front of her mom. Shalu says but. Lakshmi stops Shalu and apologizes on her behalf. She takes her to the room and asks her to stop it. Shalu asks why. She says didn't you hear what they called you? So how can you bear this? Lakshmi says to Shalu that they are my family and says they are my dear ones and sometimes we cannot regard someone wrong. She says one person should calm down when another person is angry. Shalu says you are right. Lakshmi says enough and says I know what is right and wrong. Lakshmi tells Shalu that how can I make you understand that they are my family and you are also my family, though they have lost the understanding of right and wrong, but we shouldn't blame them. Shalu asks Lakshmi not to have sympathy on the Oberois. She says this is not your family. Malishka is trying to break the family because she wants to enter it, and if Malishka succeeds, then this family will no longer be your family. Lakshmi looks on in shock. Okay guys, please don't forget to check the comment section for the link to the next update once it is available. Thank you for watching. I will see you all again in my next video. Bye guys.